fit around. Everybody, I welcome you back to the channel. We're gonna have fun this time. I'm gonna try a little bushcraft. I had a cousin of mine, Melissa, sew up a canvas for me. We're gonna make a cot bed. I've seen it done on other channels. I've been watching a lot of Corporal Corner, and man, I love the shelters he makes. So I'm gonna try and see how I do. I think that's why those videos are out there, for people to take in what they do and maybe come out and try it themselves. So that's what we're gonna do, and we'll see how she sewed. So hopefully I don't hit the ground. But I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna gather some wood. I got a lot of dead forests around here. I may have to use a couple of green poles just to support my weight, but most of it's gonna be dead. And I'm in between a highway and a road, so I apologize for some of the sound you might hear, but it's gonna be just fine. So let me get started. I'm gonna get gathering what we need to put this shelter together, and we're gonna stay overnight here in the open elements. We're gonna have a fire that's gonna keep us warm, and we'll see how we do tonight. So I'll see you in a bit. This one's here, you can tell it's pretty dead. I think we can utilize this one. See if I can get it. tree. I could probably push this tree over. And we'll do a little cutting. Oh yeah, that wood's all punky. There she goes. So here might just be firewood. All right, as you can see, I'm just kind of dry fitting everything together. I've got my ridge board up, and that's going to support my tarp. I'm going to have a tarp coming up over, try to get some of the heat from that fire pit sucked into my bedding. And I've got the bipods here, or your A-frames, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to get these tied off, get them secured to the tree, get everything good and solid. I'm going to get my canvas out, which is basically a 6x8 canvas that I took 8 foot long, just folded it in half. I had my cousin Melissa sew it for me. She did a fine job. We'll put it to the test today. So if my ass hits the ground, it's her fault. But we should have a successful camp. So I'm getting hungry. It's cooling off. I want to get a fire going. I want to get the shelter built and get sitting back. So okay, I'm going to be back with you here shortly. I'll show you as I go. This is my canvas. You can see we just folded it in half, so it's actually maybe 3 foot wide. But she just took the 2 grommet ends, folded them together, and did a good heavy-duty stitch all the way down it. Easy way to make it. So I just picked this. It's actually a 6x8 canvas I picked up at Menards. And I thought of that, just having it folded in half, having her sew it. I'm going to slide these poles through it, and yeah, this is what I'm going to sleep on. We'll give it a shot, see how it holds. It's a little crooked, but should I go for it? Oh. Oh man. It's actually gonna be nice and comfortable. Woo. I might lay here and take a nap. No. It's actually pretty comfortable. I know it's all kittywampus and crooked, but I'll straighten it up. Just kind of testing it out. And Melissa, I think you did a fine job. I think that canvas is going to be perfect. It's going to be just a job. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Well, I goofed up. I hiked all the way out here with my backpack, and I knew I was going to have to carry my sleeping bag, and I completely forgot it in the car. I'm going to get pretty damn cold tonight. I'm going to have to hike back out and go get it. I'm about 100, maybe 120, 150 yards out, back to the car. Shouldn't be too bad. I'll hike back out, get my sleeping bag, come back to the camp, because I'm going to have it, but I always forget something. This is just some, I forget the number, but I know it's like tarred bank line. That's pretty good stuff. It really grips to itself really good. Ties off good and tight. Really strong. We're going to tie everything off with this. Start with an overhand knot. I believe this is just an arbor knot. Take it around. We're just going to tie a knot around this one again. And these two knots are going to lock into each other. All right. Let's feed our line through. This one, we're going to tie us an overhand knot on the end. So, bring this one around. Pull our knot through. So essentially, I did an overhand knot, basically another overhand knot, and just fed the line through. This is an arbor knot. Well, get it fed around. So I went ahead and made me a deflector wall. It's not the greatest, but you can still see the gaps. If I had some leaves or moss or anything like that, I'd stuff them, but it's better than nothing. We're just going to make it do, and I'll have a little fire right here in front of it, but I'm going to put another board or two on it, another pole or two, and well, I'm going to call that good. So I think it'll do just fine tonight. Yeah, the ground is still frozen. I couldn't get the posts in the ground. The ground was so frozen, so I got her wedged up here though. She's pretty solid. It's gonna be just fine. Good enough for me. For later. So camp's almost set up. I do have the tarp over where I'm going to have the fire a little farther than I'd like, but I think we're going to try it. Not going to have a huge fire, just enough to trap a little heat in here. Hopefully it doesn't smoke me out too bad. Probably being way too close. Live and learn. We'll see. Time for a cold one. Well, I think I have everything set up as far as what I'm going to do for the night. I've got a little bag of food that I brought that all I'm going to use for tonight and in the morning. I'm going to have me a cold beer and relax, and I guess I'll get a fire going. We'll see how that does in here. I did raise that up quite a bit. Hopefully the smoke just rolls out of here, and I'll just have to make a nice cool fire. That way no sparks or anything like that. But I want to try to trap that heat here tonight. It's going to get down to, I think it's going to get down to about maybe 18, 17 degrees tonight. So it's going to be chilly. I'm going to sleep right here in my sleeping bag. Hopefully I stay warm enough. I've got the Browning plus 20 sleeping bag, so it'll definitely get its test tonight. Man, tastes good. So nice out here. It's a beautiful day. These woods are beautiful. Next weekend, I'm thinking about doing another hot tent. Probably come back out to these woods, pick another spot, and we'll do some hot tenting next weekend. Last hot tent video I did, cooked chili. That was really good. I don't know what I'm going to cook this next weekend, but if you haven't seen that video, revert back, check out my videos. Got some pretty good cooks on all my videos back there, so if you haven't gotten any notifications or you haven't seen my channel before, visit my channel and check out all the videos I've put out. You know, I'm not the greatest at this, and I don't claim to be a bushcraft master. I'm no position to teach anybody any bushcraft, so that's why I don't go over any knots and any of that stuff, because I'm not a teacher. So we'll leave that up to the guys that are more proficient at it and do it, you know, more often. But I do what I need to do to make my stuff work, and I'm happy with it, and that's all that matters. All right, I went out and processed me up a little bit of wood. I've got to, cut it down and get it all ready, but I got a little bit in here that can get me started. So I'll go out and get some more. There's dead wood everywhere, so I've got bundles of wood out here where I can just go out and grab wood. So wood's not going to be an issue. So this Bigfoot Bushcraft fire starters, I've seen these used from a few different YouTubers, mainly Sam Bananas. He uses them quite a bit. I thought I'd try them. I'm gonna get them and maybe use a few of them since the wood's a little wet. See if we can't get them to light. See how they do. Says you're supposed to twist them, get them all fluffed up, or whatever you do. Well, of course he uses a lighter quite a bit. Oh my God, I finally got one lit, it looks like. Well, I figured while that's burning down to some coals, I'll show you my food sack I brought. I just threw something together. Make it simple this evening. This is for breakfast skillet. I'm having me some hot and spicy shrimp flavored noodles for dinner. Brought some hand sanitizer. Got me a Mott's berry bar. Grandma's chocolate chip cookie. My drinks, I've got coffee, honey. I brought some Crush powdered drink mix. Got some tea. And yeah, let's see what I got some hot chocolate here. Brought me some crushed red peppers for my noodles. Here's the pot I'll be making my noodles in. Brought my kettle to make my coffee. My coffee cups in here with, of course, beef jerky. Okay, I've decided this is dinner for tonight. I've got this new grate, branded boards. We'll give it a shot. I had to raise my hand up. The coals are hot. Well, the noodles filled me up. It was not bad, you know, for noodles. But I'm gonna eat my cookie. That's my dessert. And my juice. I'm probably gonna make a hot chocolate later, but I'm gonna sit back and relax a little bit. Just enjoy the fire. It's staying nice and warm in here. It's maybe, I don't know, 27 degrees. I'll have to look at my phone. But it's really, I'm comfortable. So the warmth is swarming around in here. It looks smoky, but it really isn't. Maybe on camera it looks worse than what it is, but when you're back of the cot and you're just kind of chilling, laying back, looking at the fire, the smoke ain't bothering me one bit. So I think we're going to be just fine tonight. But I'm going to sit back, relax. I'll probably make a hot chocolate and eat my little apple bar later for my late night snack, and then we're going to go to bed. But so far it's been a good camp. I appreciate you hanging around. Stay tuned. We got breakfast in the morning. All right, everyone. I'm gonna get ready for bed. I'm wore out. I had my snack, had my dinner. I'm good. So we'll get up in the morning and have some breakfast. I'm gonna put a little bit more wood here on the fire. So far, so good. I'm still pretty comfortable in here. I'm not freezing. I've got gloves. I've got my hat to keep my head warm, and I've got my Browning plus 20 sleeping bag. I did bring a wool blanket with me in the sleeping bag, or in the backpack that I'm going to lay on, so that'll insulate anything coming up from underneath. Fire's putting out some pretty good warmth in here. I can feel the fire right here, feeling really good. So my belly's full and I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's about 6 a.m. I can't sleep no more. It was a good night. I stayed fairly comfortable. I stayed warm. That wasn't an issue. I heard coyotes and deer snorting and coyotes whimpering and whining all damn night. But I think it's time to get up. The fire's out. I didn't put any more wood on the fire after a while. I just stayed in bed. Stayed nice and warm. So I'm going to start a fire, get me some coffee, and get some breakfast going. Plan to get out of here kind of early this morning, so we'll get the day started, get going. That one seemed to start a little easier than yesterday. gonna finish eating my breakfast, and I think I'm gonna start getting around, getting things packed up, and let this fire burn down, and I'll be back with you before we go. All right, everybody, I got about all packed up. I'm getting ready to do the hike out of here. I've got a buddy that's going to come out and use this same site. He wants to try that canvas cot bed out, so I'm actually going to leave the structure up. He'll be out in a couple of days, and then he'll tear it down. So I got the fire out. Everything's cleaned up. It's actually starting to rain on me. It's actually, I think it's sleet. But so I'm gonna get my backpack and a sleeping bag, and I'm gonna get hiking out of here before I get too wet. I don't have any rain gear with me, so I appreciate you hanging along. Please subscribe if you like these channels. Like it, subscribe, share it, send it to your friends, family. It helps my channel out. I appreciate it. So we'll get another one out to you here in the next week, and we'll just keep them coming. Until then, I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. appreciate you. I'm going to see you at the next one.